It's another finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News. It is July 24th, 2026. It's an honor that you join us on the radio, but because we do everything online now, gee wowas, I got to shower and shave every single day. They put me before a camera. Join us at X, Facebook, YouTube. You can rewind there as well, and any information that you missed. We'll be talking weather, maybe a little bit of rain totals. I don't know if we got enough to report, but we got some rain as a result of this tropical something. That's coming up in about 3 minutes. AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina should be joining us. And we wish Godspeed, SpaceX. Yeah, today might be the day that they finally launched at Starship 13. 5:45 window this afternoon. SpaceX will take another crack at launching their Starship prototype. They scrubbed the launch yesterday as a result of weather. Help might be on the way to some Texas farmers who have trouble finding some workers, they say.
A proposed expansion of a federal farm labor program, which gives some undocumented workers a path to apply for temporary legal status, is gaining steam. Farmers say this would help with a worker crisis.
There is such a need for ag labor. We cannot find those jobs in country.
Laramie Adams with the Texas Farm Bureau pushed back on claims this is akin to mass amnesty. Workers could apply for visas if they've already been doing agricultural work in the U.S., and it would waive certain immigration violations if they qualify. A number of Texas Republicans back it, including Congressman Mike McCall and Monica De La Cruz. Michael Board, News Talk 710 KURV.
And as you heard on the national news, you got dozens of countries that are being hit with a new U.S. tariff. At the direction of President Trump, the latest tariffs ranging from 10 to 12.5% took effect at midnight, replacing previous ones. And all this is a result of an investigation into labor practices, or air quotes now, labor practices in many countries. We'll get the skinny on this with my friend JT Jorge Torres from Interlink. He's an import-export expert. He'll be joining us at 7:16 for a conversation commentary on that. And what about the Canadian tariffs? Is that going to hold? That's supposed to kick in about 3 weeks. So that's coming up at about 7:16. So join us for that conversation. And as gung-ho as we are in the state of Texas when it comes to data centers, yeah, we like data centers, but there are some requests on the part of the Trump administration and in Austin by Governor Greg Abbott. Data centers need to bring their own power and bring their own water. And now Governor Greg Abbott has put the kibosh on a planned data center in East Texas because that company will not be complying.
He's announced that Diode will not construct its proposed Henderson County facility near Cedar Creek Lake. Abbott says Diode themselves determined their project did not meet the standards he's recently implemented. These include a data center providing their own water and electricity and using noise reduction technology. Abbott says data centers who want to do business in Texas must meet the standard, and Diode did not. He added, quote, Diode did the right thing by withdrawing their project. If other developments refuse to meet these standards, they're expected to do the same. Kristen Yates, News Talk 710 KURV.
It is AccuWeather time. The time's 7:09, and AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina joining us. I want to say thank you first to Dougie and all the gang at Martin Farm and Ranch. Hay is a big deal at Martin Farm and Ranch. 8 kinds of hay at Martin Farm and Ranch. Whatever you need for the farm, for the ranch, Martin Farm and Ranch. Say hi to Dougie for us if you stop by. Jason Caterina, meteorologist from AccuWeather, joining us. Did you see any interesting rain totals in the area? We got a litlittle bit of rain. Brownsville
a little bit, less than a tenth pretty much everywhere that I'm noticing on the Mesonet here. So nothing really to speak of note. They did wind up with quite a bit around Southwest Houston, though. Around Sugar Land, there's widespread reports of, greater than 3 inches there. So
okay. They did get the rain after all.
Yeah, they did. 3 to greater than 4 inches. There's a 5 3/4 inch total there.
One report that I'm sorry, I should have asked you this before we went on here. One report might be west of us, Laredo area, Falcon Lake. The amorphous tropical leftovers went west of us, the river, upriver.
Yeah. Zapata
right?
got about a half inch.
Okay.
Well, the gauge that's by Zapata there got about a half inch.
Yeah.
Rio Grande City got 4/10. So they got a little bit there up of the lake.
And it's still there. It's not very heavy rain, but it's still traveling upriver. Just whatever they can do to help out with the evaporation rate. So that's good. Anything else to
Piedras Negras right now?
Yeah. Anything else to report? And tropical coverage 2026.
All quiet in the tropics. Anything else is moving westward in the Pacific, and nothing expected to form in the Atlantic Basin for the next week. Right now,
back to dry, hot, and mosquito weather. For us now that we have a little moisture for the mosquitoes around here.
They're the worst. If you're having a party, rent me out. They all come right to me.
There we go. Yeah, you got type A blood?
Type O.
Type O. Oh, they like that. That's delicious to mosquitoes. They like you. Triple digit heat for today, tomorrow, for the weekend, and for the foreseeable future. There you go. That's your AccuWeather the forecast. By Monday, we might be up to 104, 105. Yuck. Beach weather for the area. Go enjoy the rocket launch this evening over at
it should be
Starbase.
A good evening for that. Should be quiet. So looking good for a rocket launch. Have to tune in on YouTube and see if I can see that.
It's always
come down and see one of those. I want to see.
Please do come spend some time with us. We'll show you some real Mexican food, and go see a rocket launch. All right, pal. Let's see. How the national days today? How many cousins you got? You have any idea how many cousins you have?
I have 3. I have a very small family. Really small family.
Yeah, we're Mexican families. My mom had 12 brothers and sisters. My dad the same thing. So I lost count at somewhere around 40, 50. I don't even get to see it.
3 cousins.
Yeah. And that's the number of cousins I actually interact with, like 2 or 3 out of like 30 or 40 on one side. All right, pal. We'll check
in a little bit.
That's AccuWeather meteorologist Jason Caterina on 710 KURV. Coming up in about 3 minutes. Stick around. Conversation for business and all consumers as we pay for the tariffs of the stuff that we buy. So the president slapped Canada with a 50% tariff. What's the status of that? Is that really going to kick in like in three weeks? And then we wake up this morning to new tariffs that kicked in as a result of an investigation on labor practices by some countries. And I got my friend JT in the studio with Interlink Trade Services, import, export. He's always watching this. And we'll see what we might be paying near future as a result of these tariffs. I get a feeling there's usually like attorneys on the sideline waiting to jump in and take this to court and put the kibosh on it. So we'll get an update on that coming up at 7:16. In the meantime, recall information for breakfast. You might want to check the fridge.
Midwest Poultry Services has issued a voluntary recall of nearly 1.6 million eggs distributed through Kroger and Brookshire's grocery stores following potential salmonella exposure. The affected inventory includes both standard white shell and brown cage-free eggs produced between June 6th and July 3rd, featuring expiration dates extending into mid-August. The recall impacts 6 states: Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, New Mexico, and Mississippi. Consumers can identify recalled products by checking for a code on their cartons reading P1950 or 0840962. So far, no illnesses related to the recalled eggs have been confirmed.
Tristan Ryan's with that report. And yeah, I know those are national chains that are not here. Yes, I know that. But sometimes some of these distributors send off in generic form to other labels. So check the FDA website on that one. And Southwest Airlines saying that it's seeing the benefits of a recent business model change.
CEO Bob Jordan says despite high jet fuel prices, demand continues to stay strong in the face of high ticket prices.
And prices needed to come up. Our costs are far higher, not just fuel, but things like labor and inflation since COVID. Even though prices are up, you have to remember that airline fares in real terms are still 10 to 15% below 2019.
He says demand is strong because the airline delivers what customers want and need, which Jordan says will likely lead to the creation of business lounges, more connections to popular destinations, and flights out of DFW Airport as ongoing discussions continue.
That is reporter Emily Capetillo. Up next on 710 KURV. Tariffs on the way. New tariffs kicked in. What does that mean to your pocketbook, your bottom line at your business as well? Jorge Torres, my friend JT from Interlink Trade Services, takes a look. That's next on the Valley's Morning News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Digging without contacting Texas 811 first could cost more than you think. Texas 811 is a free service that helps you avoid damaging underground utilities like electric or gas lines. Every year, accidents happen because someone didn't take a moment to contact 811. Whether installing a fence or working on a construction site, contacting Texas 811 is the law. It's quick, free, and keeps you safe. Visit texas811.org today for more information. Safe digging starts with one simple step. Make it today.
When the work is demanding, you need equipment you can count on and a partner who stands behind it. That's why contractors across Texas and Oklahoma turn to ASCO and Case Construction. From compact track loaders and excavators to a full lineup of light and heavy equipment, ASCO delivers the machines, parts, service, and support to help keep your operation moving. Visit your local ASCO today or go to ASCOEQ.com to explore the full Case Construction lineup. ASCO and Case Construction, built to work, built to last.
Brian Kilmeade here, inviting you to tune in weekday mornings starting at 9 for The Sergio Show with Sergio Sanchez on News Talk 710 KURV and KURV.com.
News Talk 710 KURV is your one and only radio station in the Valley, go-to station in the event of some tropical system that threatens the area. I want to say thank you to our supporters of Tropical Coverage 2026, made possible by Mike's Plumbing, Electrical, and AC. Big thank you to Juan Vega over at Vega Roofing, Mayor Omar Ochoa Law Firm. Big thank you to Denny Vela, all the gang at Lee's Pharmacy. President Trump announcing a 50% tariff on Canada. That was news from earlier this week. And then we wake up this morning hearing that there are new tariffs that are in place as a result of labor practices by some countries that the administration had been investigating. Jorge Torres, JT, from Interlink Trade Services. He's an import and export expert. Come up to the microphone, my brother. Okay, so the ones that have kicked in, which is what, 10, 12% as a result of the investigation?
Yeah, it ranges from 10 to 12.5%
okay,
under Section 301 for forced labor.
What do you see happening with prices then? 10% increase on what? Or are we waiting for the lawyers to go to court and say, no, we got to stop that for now, or what?
Well, that kicked in, like you mentioned, as of today, this morning, and that pretty much replaces what we had in place, Section 122, which was 10%. It expired within 150 days from implementation. Once the IEPA were struck down as illegal, the president immediately imposed the Section 122 of 10%. So they expired today. So we kind of knew that they wanted to replace these tariffs with something else, which it was the Section 301 forced labor tariffs of 10 to 12.5% for over 60 economies, which makes up like 99% of the trade that we have.
Okay. Emergency, as you mentioned, emergency tariffs. High Court said no.
Yeah.
And they got these other temporary that kicked in 10%. So it's not a new tariff. It's not a new tax. It's just we're going to keep going with what we're charging. Here's a new label, the new source of it.
Yeah, it's a continuation of imposing tariffs, replacing IEPA 122, and now we have 301. So it's a continuation of tariffs.
So you in the import-export business, then you don't have to sweat it, work overtime, like stay up all night this weekend to get it properly calculated, do you?
A little bit, because there's new provisions. Obviously, when every new tariff provision, we have to make changes in the programming and the structure of how we transmit import transactions. So yes, that was published yesterday at 5 p.m., like they always do. So we're working on the implementation. So today is going to be busy, explaining to customers and adapting our software and all that. But we're kind of used to it, so it should be no major issues implementing that.
In essence, from trade up in D.C. Keep going, muchachos. Keep going. Really no change. Just keep going with the 10%, 12%. Does anything come to mind as far as products that we buy on a regular basis or products in industry, raw materials? So what comes to mind when you hear of these tariffs continue? What has been taxed that is recognizable and familiar with for folks in business and consumers?
Well, it's pretty much all commodities. There are some exemptions like critical materials, that products that we don't produce or are critical for national security. So those pretty much will be exempt. Mm-hmm. It's important to mention that products that qualify for USMCA preferential treatment will not be subject to Section 301 tariffs, and also products that are already tariff under Section 232 for metals and auto parts that won't be assessed at 301. But pretty much everything else, consumer products, other products will be assessed this.
So you have several countries that have been designated have been called for their labor practices, slave labor, whatever that they've been. Is there recourse for them? Say, like, first of all, that comes to mind is China. China says, "Hey, no. Could they complain to someone in D.C. or or courts or to stop?"
Well, like it happened with IEPA, and it already happened with Section 301 for China. The government was taken to court. IEPA was struck down. Section 301 was not. So that's why the U.S. government is pushing for Section 301, because the courts have ruled in favor of the government that they have legal recourse to place tariffs under Section 301. So yes, I mean, companies, importers can take the government litigation. Countries can complain to the World Trade Organization, but those litigations can take forever. In the meantime, you have to pay these tariffs, and like already happened, there was no win for anyone in the Section 301 lawsuit. So the government continue assessing them. So
again, using China as an example, what if Xi Jinping shows up and has a whole bunch of people, a bunch of Uyghurs lined up, and he's kissing babies and hugging, say, "Oh, we're all friends now. We're taking care. Look, we got the keys to a brand new house. We're taking care of the Uyghurs." So just an example, if they change their trade practice, their labor practices, might they see a removal of suspension of that tariff?
Well, the whole concept of imposing these tariffs for labor practices is to ensure that anything imported to the United States is manufactured with fair labor, with not forced labor. But as we have seen it, the pattern from the trade policy is more political negotiating tactics than actual trade issues. So if they come back and prove that there's no unfair trade practices or the use of forced labor, is that going to make a change? Probably not, because again, this goes back to the political side of things.
You get the feeling that it's not for the workers, it's not for those who are abused, it's for the purpose of politics,
exactly,
and revenue. So these new, what did you call them? The Section 301 tariff,
forced labor.
Okay, so they're here to stay then, right?
They're
more than likely, right?
More than likely, yes.
Yes. Until the rest of the Trump administration, or
yes,
what? Probably.
At least.
Wow. Jorge Torres is an import-export expert, Interlink Trade Services. We're looking at the new tariffs that are kicking in. How about the Canadian tariffs? 50% in about 3 weeks. What's the story on that, and will it kick in after all, or what?
Yeah, those tariffs, Section 338, which is from the U.S. Tariff Act 1930. As a matter of fact, this is the first time they're using this provision. They have never been used for tariff purposes. But yeah, it's pretty much a discrimination against American trade. They're focusing mainly on certain products, about $20 billion of trade with Canada, such as alcohol, dairy, automotives. Obviously, they're excluding things like energy, potassium, fish. But again, they are supposed to kick in on August 19. However, we know that there's conversations between the Canadian and U.S. government to see if they can negotiate something. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. We already got to see in the news, in case you guys missed it, there was supposed to be some big Canadian-U.S. celebration on their Gordie Howe Bridge, and they canceled it. The Canadians said they canceled it because of the tariffs that were announced by the White House. Oh, I hate to be the caterer for that event. I hope he gets paid. Okay, USMCA, and now that the White House says, "Oh no, we're going to review that year to year." Where are we in the review process right now? And I got so many questions related to this. So what's happening right now in D.C. related to this?
They just wrapping up talks this week. They had another round of talks this week. There's going to be another round in September. They already announced it. Again, they're not going to make any major decisions on USMCA until after the elections of November. So we won't see anything major until 2027, especially in the rules of origin. There might be some things that are going to be negotiated, but nothing major will come out until after the elections. Now, the only thing is that the USTR is finally admitting that USMCA is a good thing if they can come to terms. So at least we have that positive note from the U.S. government that is needed, but it's going to take a little while to get that process.
So many ingredients, so many moving pieces when it comes to trade between the U.S. and the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. So is the U.S. Trade Representative that powerful? He with his staff? I mean, who votes on the new rules of origin and all the formulas related to that? There's so much negotiation and likely a lot of eggheads that are looking at these numbers. But then in the end, who votes? Okay, stamp of approval, or they send it to the president for approval, or what?
Well, the president appoints the USTR, so, and then he has his team of people. So they're the main negotiators. That's their role, to negotiate trade agreements and terms and conditions. There are certain things that are going to have to go to Congress for vote, but they are pretty powerful from the executive branch to put together a plan to ensure that the USTR requirements or demands are met. So they are the ones that negotiate this trade agreements directly with governments.
And then if you get in the legislative bodies, then you talk about decision by committee on steroids. Yeah, the Canadians need to do the same.
Yeah,
Mexico City probably needs to do the same. So slow, plodding process decision making when it comes to the new formulas.
Yeah, each country has their own team of negotiators, and each country has their wish list, like I mentioned in the past. But the one with the strong arm is the U.S.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we know that the Trump administration wants more manufacturing in the United States of America. So do you see that near future, more industry from wherever coming here to supply, whether they're from Asia, Europe, or do you see more jobs being created in this country as a result of the renegotiate of USMCA?
Most definitely. I think that's something that is going to happen sooner than later. I think companies are realizing that the current strategy, it's for that to happen. So, yeah, we're going to see reshoring.
Yeah. The fact that Howard Lutnick, the commerce chief, was here announcing for McAllen their big industrial park plans and some of the money for that and private sector money they found for that. That's one landing pad. I mentioned yesterday Gilbert Salinas from Brownsville Economic Development, that landing pad for the tech park and others in the area. It seems like we're getting ready for bring it in, like bring it this way.
Yeah, we're getting ready to bring a new investment and expansions.
Yeah, Jorge Torres from Interlink Trade Services. Quick look at some of the new tariffs that kicked in overnight and renegotiate the USMCA. One thing I was able to reflect on this with economic development, Rowdy Rodel from Rodel Garza we were there at the job fair yesterday. And I'm seeing, as in all job fairs, they have several of these yearly. Those job fairs are going to be they're going to be more significant near future. As talented people with a skill set that is in demand, whether it's at the moment on the construction side, eventually on the engineering side, these people are going to be likely jumping from company to company who has the greener pasture, which means, and we reflected on this, salaries likely will be going north, climbing north, probably really fast. There will be a lot of stress on the labor and wage market. That's just the reality of the market. That's here now. And with tens of thousands of jobs on the way, even more in the near future. Just want to hear your comments on that.
Yeah, I mean, the supply for jobs is going to increase. And then that's going to create salary increases, which is great for the Valley. We need to move there, move up our salaries to provide better living conditions.
Which is part of the attraction, that we have a slightly more affordable labor for industry. But we're going to catch up to Houston and Dallas here pretty soon.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, and that's gonna create some challenges for local businesses because we as you mentioned, we pay lower salaries than other regions of the country, but that's something that gonna have to live with. We have to move forward with bringing better paying jobs and adapt to them. Yeah, I might create some inflationary pressures, but overall, the benefits are more than the negatives.
Okay, we have a rapper here. Anything else before I let you go?
No, just
right.
We'll keep monitoring this new tariffs and USMCA, and hopefully things will be clearer in the next year or so.
It's in for it. Good to see you again, brother.
Thank you.
Be well. That's JT, Jorge Torres, Interlink Trade Services. This is the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. Any bit of this conversation you missed, you want to do a rewind, go to 710 KURV, the social media platforms where Freddie has us on X Live, YouTube Live, and Facebook Live. You can rewind the conversation. Also at the radio app, which is Radio Para Mí. This is your station for Astros baseball. Check of sports up next.
Come experience larger-than-life luxury and design at Bird Ogden Infiniti in Edinburgh. You're invited to come in and choose from a great selection of new Infinitis available now. Drive your own 2026 Infiniti QX80 and save with an amazing 0% APR for 60 months. And all Infinitis come available with the Infiniti Premium Care Maintenance Plan for 3 years. Experience luxury as it's meant to be at Bird Ogden Infiniti on the corner of Alberta and Expressway 281 in Edinburgh. Shop from the entire line of Infinitis online at birdogdeninfinity.com.
The year keeps on moving forward, and your business can too. Now is a perfect time to advertise and get ahead of the competition. Take advantage of our marketing team that'll help you create a personalized marketing plan and let thousands of people discover your brand through the power of 710 KURV, social media, streaming, and our digital platforms. Don't wait for your competitors to get there first. Reach new customers and get everyone talking about your business. Call us today at 956-992-8895 or visit radiounited.com.
This is the time to call Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. I invite you to go check out their website so you can see the long list of services and the efforts they make here in South Texas, not only with your commercial roofing system, but and the development of your property, even masonry repair, concrete repair, and all sorts of other waterproofing efforts like damp proofing and water repellents. Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing invites you to call them for a free assessment, expert assessment on the condition of your roofing system. Free. Did you get that? You got a team, top team, folks who are cross-trained in all the different systems and materials for roofing systems, who know what to look for. What they're looking for are the weak spots, and to inform you and show you, okay, we got some weakness over here. Water's going to become an issue coming into your building. You don't want that. I know you don't want that. That's going to shut you down, embarrass you. You're going to lose money. You will lose money when water comes into that building. Clients walk away, or your equipment is ruined, or your operations shut down. That you are losing money. Prevent that. Simple call to Chamberlain Roofing and Waterproofing. Top experts in roofing systems, commercial roofing systems, almost 130 years of experience. Expert report on the condition of your roofing system. What are you waiting for? Call them today and get that inspection and know where you are as far as the condition of your roofing systems, all of them, for free from Chamberlain, 956-655-6178.
Your Houston Astros visit the Chicago White Sox. Tune in later tonight. First pitch at 6:40. Powered by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women and News Talk 710 KURV.
The 710 KURV Sports Desk is brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men and Women.
It's another great day of baseball action across the state, so let's take a look. The Houston Astros look to continue their hot streak on the road against the White Sox in Chicago. Houston has won 3 straight after sweeping the Miami Marlins, while the White Sox are solid overall with 3 straight series wins. Spencer Arrighetti is set to start for Houston against Chicago's Davis Martin. First pitch between the Astros and White Sox is set for 6:40 tonight from the Windy City with coverage on the Space City home network. And the Texas Rangers will host the Seattle Mariners for a 3-game series this weekend, and both are competing for first in the division. The Mariners trail Texas by just a half a game in the standings, with the Houston Astros just 2 games behind as well. The pitching battle is set between Bryce Miller for the Mariners and Mackenzie Gore for the Rangers. First pitch between the Rangers and Mariners is set for 7:05 tonight with coverage on CW33. And with your TSN Sports Minute, I'm Jet Nelson.
It's been a busy week in the NFL with camps opening. 4 more teams, the Commanders, Chiefs, Falcons, and Ravens, welcome rookies today. Baltimore yesterday made news, cutting rookie QB Diego Pavia. The Vanderbilt product was the runner-up in Heisman voting. The winner of that award, Indiana's Fernando Mendoza, got busy at Raiders camp yesterday. The number 1 overall pick officially signed his 4-year rookie deal. Bad news at Carolina Panthers camp, where full squad workouts began. Linebacker Nick Scorton went down with a knee injury, and reports circulating that it's a torn ACL. Scorton, as a rookie last season, tied for the Panthers team lead in sacks. I'm Matt McCoy.
AccuWeather says hot, triple-digit heat today, tomorrow, into the weekend. We might be up to 104, 105 by Monday. Gee, wow. Southeast winds up to 25. Well, at least we get sunny weather, better weather, no rain today for Starship to launch this afternoon after 5:45 there at Starbase. So just the heat continues. That is a 710 KURV heat alert presented by Lee's Pharmacy. Thank you, Lee's Pharmacy. We're sizzling like bacon around here. Go get you some breakfast, some bacon over at the North McAllen Lee's Pharmacy. Border Bridge wait times, not too bad, about 15 to 20 minutes at B&M and Gateways. Same thing at San Luis and at the Hidalgo Bridge. This is the Valley's Morning News. This is News Talk 710 KURV. Let's do everything in social media and cyberspace. You do everything else, right? KURV is a news, talk, information brand. And we look forward to being here a long, long time with you. Go find us at Radio Para Mí, the free app. You can listen right now, rewind. And producer Freddie will post all these conversations and the 7 o'clock live program at Facebook, X, and YouTube. We got business news and a check of your money up next on the Valley's Morning News. ElPato.com is the website. You can order online or you can phone it in like I do. ElPato.com. It is the taste of South Texas. They make it hot, fresh, and fast. It's El Pato, the taste of your mom's kitchen, abuelita's kitchen. It's the flavor of Mexican food done RGV style, and it is really, really good, very tasty. Right now at every El Pato restaurant, you got the enchilada and the fajita pato plate. 2 chicken or cheese enchiladas with that divine yellow cheese is wonderful. And of course, the rice and bean, the bean of your choice could be the soupy charro beans that I love. One thing I love about El Pato is, for example, the daily specials, the $6.49 plate that is like chicken guisado or carne guisada. They provide for you a couple of flour tortillas off the skillet. You can make your own pato, your own taco, right? And that's what I do with a soupy bean. I put the rice, the soupy beans, and then I put the chicken guisado or the carne guisada, and then the lettuce and the tomato that provide you. I thought the big old fat taco, and it's only $6.49. That's what I do, and I got 2 of those for me and one of the kids. So stop by El Pato right now if you're hungry for breakfast tacos, just like Mama or Abuelita would make. It is so good and satisfying, and it goes down real good. Breakfast tacos waiting for you right now at every El Pato restaurant. Order online, elpato.com.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Day 28 without AC, 70 days until fall. There's no help in sight. I fear the water in the toilet bowl has evaporated.
Dad, just call Mighty Mike's.
No AC? Don't sweat it. Mighty Mike's Plumbing, Electric, and HVAC is your solution. Their comfort specialists will ensure you're sitting cool in the summer months. Visit callmightymike.com or dial 956-686-1353.
Get it right. Call Mighty Mike. Just one call to solve it all.
Some people travel for adventure, some travel for business, and some travel for a bit of both. But they all know the best way from A to B is McAllen International Airport, where flying is always better with the Valley's only ticketless parking and best VIP lounge. And McAllen has more nonstop flights to the best destinations for adventure, business, and a bit of both. Like new daily nonstop service from McAllen to Monterrey, Mexico, for business, adventure, fun, and family. Save a day of business travel time with nonstop flights from McAllen to Austin, Houston, or Dallas. Then find adventure in our state's biggest cities, or experience the best of both worlds when you fly nonstop from McAllen to some of America's most popular convention and vacation cities, like Las Vegas, Orlando, and Phoenix. Travel is about more than going from A to B. It's about going above, beyond, at McAllen International Airport. Fly McAllen at flymfe.com.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Audio streaming on KURV.com. Powered by South Texas Buick GMC, McAllen Mission.
I'm Nicole Murray with your Money Now. Indian pharmaceutical company Dr. Reddy's said on CNBC that President Trump's plan to impose tariffs on generic drugs will lead to patients in the U.S. paying higher prices. The company added that moving the manufacturing of its generic drug portfolio to the U.S. could take 4 to 7 years. Alliance Group said it has agreed to acquire HSBC's Singapore life insurance unit for nearly $2.1 billion, expanding the company's footprint in Asia's life and health insurance market. The German insurer expects to generate a double-digit return on investment in the medium term, and the transaction is expected to close in the first half of 2027. Intel reported better than expected second quarter results, notching its fastest revenue growth rate for any quarter since 2011, and issuing guidance that topped expectations. Revenue jumped 25%. The stock rose 4% upon the news, and its shares are up over 170% this year. Futures have risen this morning as oil prices ease. Yesterday, the Dow lost 506. That's your Money Now.
AccuWeather says highs today, triple digits. Yeah, we got another KURV heat alert. 101 today, 102 Saturday, 103, 102 Sunday, and about 104 plus on Monday. Yeah, we're going to be super hot. That's a heat alert presented by Lee's Pharmacy. Stay hydrated, stay safe, check on family. We got Fox News coming up in 2 minutes on Newstalk 710 KURV. We're broadcasting on your phone. Go find us at Radio Para Mí, the free app. Fox News up next. JP and Jeff at Amigo Power Equipment. Hope that you can stop by today, walk the campus, and take a look at all that beautiful orange Kubota equipment. For example, the zero-turn mowers. You got those utility tractors, those compact tractors, and the extensions, all the add-ons to get the job done. You know, got to chop up stuff or move some earth. Yeah, that's Kubota. And whatever it is that you're improvising, you're thinking about, get it done. Mowing, grading, punching some holes in the ground on your property. Yeah, that's Kubota, the orange equipment at Amigo Power Equipment. And right now, everything I'm going to mention right now, it's KubotaUSA.com. KubotaUSA.com. Get specifics on this, but let me give you an example of some savings available to you at the moment at Amigo Power Equipment. Visit with JP and Jeff at Amigo Power. You could be driving away with a Kubota LX 2620 series tractor. 0% financing if you qualify, or save up to $5,500. LX 2620 Kubota series tractor, 0% financing if you qualify, or save up to $5,500 for at your home for Kubota. Amigo Power Equipment, Edinburgh on Monte Cristo.
It's Ram Truck Month. Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Laramie 4x4 for only $595 a month. Plus, get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty at Payne Rio in Rio Grande City, Ed Payne Motors in Weslaco, Payne Alice, and Payne Edinburgh. Your Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealers in the Rio Grande Valley and throughout southern Texas.
Locate to get us regardless.
Looking for a flexible part-time opportunity with a fun, fast-paced media company? Radio United is hiring a part-time sales coordinator. If you are organized, enjoy working with people, and have great computer and communication skills, bilingual preferred, we'd love to meet you. Help support our sales team, work with local businesses, and be a part of a company that connects communities every day. Apply now by sending your resume to human resources at radiounited.com. Join our team and help make an impact. Radio United is an equal opportunity employer.
You know, there's nothing I hate more than dishonest business practices. So I built the company GiveMeTheVin.com around this slogan. We do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. At GiveMeTheVin.com, we show up at your house, check in hand, pay off your payoff. It's just that simple. GiveMeTheVin.com. We're the only 5-star BBB rated car buyer out there.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In Texas, we pride ourselves on standing tall. But sometimes, even the toughest folks need a hand. If you or someone you know is having a mental health crisis, call or text 988 to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline or to chat visit texas988.org. Trained counselors are available 24/7 to provide confidential support at no cost to you. With 988, you're not alone in the Lone Star State.
Everything you need to know to start your day.
The Valley's Morning News.
News Talk 710 KURV.
It's the finally Friday edition of the Valley's Morning News. Appreciate you tuning in on the radio. We do everything on social media. Go find us at Radio Panamí, the free app, or better yet, 7 o'clock hour, producer Freddie will post us on X Live and YouTube Live, Facebook Live. We'll get used to it. Get there. Any information you need to rewind it. Did you just miss it? Yeah, go back to X or YouTube or Facebook Live and rewind that information. The morning news on News Talk 710 KURV, a service of Jay Gonzalez Injury Attorneys, ready to fight for you. Call 1-800-CAR-CRASH.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says Iran will pay a very heavy price for its military actions against the U.S. The warning comes in response to a statement made by Iran's foreign minister that Tehran's policy for war with the U.S. is an eye for an eye. Rubio says President Trump's policy is a head for an eye. New U.S. tariffs are now in effect on imports from dozens of countries. The 10 to 12.5% tariffs from President Trump took effect at midnight, replacing the previous tariffs. The White House says the new tariffs are tied to the imports of goods made with forced labor.
This is a household waiting for master.
The Odyssey looks like it'll sail to the top of the box office again this weekend. The Christopher Nolan epic is expected to make between $75 and $85 million. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Look to the coast for another rocket launch. 5:45 is when the window opens this afternoon. SpaceX likely to launch their Starship 13. They canceled the launch yesterday out of concerns related to weather. So 5:45 today. Good luck to SpaceX. And Governor Greg Abbott has put the kibosh on a planned data center in East Texas.
He's announced that Diode will not construct its proposed Henderson County facility near Cedar Creek Lake. Abbott says Diode themselves determined their project did not meet the standards he's recently implemented. These include a data center providing their own water and electricity and using noise reduction technology. Abbott says data centers who want to do business in Texas must meet the standard, and Diode did not. He added, quote, Diode did the right thing by withdrawing their project. If other developments refuse to meet these standards, they're expected to do the same. Kristen Yates, News Talk 710 KURV.
Fridays at this time, normally we speak with Mom, but she left town, obviously without us. Movie mom Nell Minow. She's at Comic-Con in San Diego. Looking forward to seeing her post some interesting pictures or a video. And she left us with no babysitter. Left me and Fred with no babysitter this go around. So I guess she thinks we're old enough to take care of ourselves. So we have a big party scheduled at Mom's this weekend. Did you call the fraternity to come over? Those dudes know how to party. Yeah. So that'll show Mom. Next time she needs to take us with her to Comic-Con. That way. Did you also call the cleaning service to take care of the place before Mom gets back? This is the morning news on News Talk 710 KURV. We invite you to join us at Radio Panamí. Go get that free app. Go get it. Rewind any of the programming, all programming at Radio Panamí 710 KURV. Top real estate team in this entire region, and I've called them before. I love these people. The Ryan and Brian real estate team. My friend Brian Reed, he guarantees to get the job done. That would be sell your home. You guys sit down before that home is listed, agree on a price and a date. You guys agree on that beforehand. That home is not sold. He will buy it himself. Gladys, she discovered this. A lot of peace of mind for Gladys. She worked with Jessica from the Ryan and Brian real estate team. You see, Gladys made the mistake of going with another realtor. And her house was on the market with a sign and all that, but no phone calls, no visits, naranjas, nothing. 142 days on the market, no movement, crickets. So she made the change and worked with Jessica from the Ryan and Brian real estate team. They've got the most aggressive and successful marketing approach. In fact, they have a list of buyers ready to go. ready to go. So call the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. Get your household guaranteed. Oh, by the way, after 142 days on the market, Gladys is home because of the Ryan and Brian Real Estate Team. After she pivoted and went with them, Ryan and Brian team sold her house in 13 days. That could be you. Call them today and get your household guaranteed. 956-540-2536. The website, ryanandbrian.com. That's ryanandbrian.com.
If you're selling your home, don't be trying. Call Ryan and Brian. Go to ryanandbrian.com.
The Valley's destination for luxury automotive is here. Come to Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen and visit Michael Fall, General Manager, today and discover the perfect blend of elegance and power in a new GLC 300W. Lease yours today for just $499 a month for 24 months. Experience a feeling only 140 years of innovation can deliver. The choice is simple at the all-new Mercedes-Benz of Harlingen, a Bert Ogden Auto Group dealership, a true triumph of luxury. Now open at their exceptional new state-of-the-art location at 8522 West Expressway 83 in Harlingen.
You go, Dad. At LSNB, we build strong foundations on values that matter
and business practices you can rely on.
Investing in education, volunteering in the communities we serve, and fueling our region's economy.
For over 40 years,
our mission has been supporting area businesses. We are LSNB. Donating more